Morning, welcome back to the channel. I'm after buying an EV, and this all started with Tom Callow in the UK, who works with My Energy, and he put up a tweet saying, look at the price of this, or something to that effect. I'll stick it up on the screen now. And I said, oh, okay, I'd be interested in a piece of that. And then it was on eBay, because I'm based here in Ireland, and for some reason, even though the ad said collection, it wouldn't let me bid in it because it said you're in Ireland. It can't be delivered to you, which I already knew, so I couldn't do it. But it was playing in the back of my mind, and I've been thinking about it, this specific car, for a while. Those of you in Ireland will recognise the shape, and it used to be with the ESB in a different brand. And I'd reached out to somebody I knew in the ESB and said, if you got any of them lying around, I wouldn't mind getting one as a project car and looking at doing it up. Then what else? The importers, it was Mitsubishi. And I said to Mitsubishi Ireland, former Mitsubishi Ireland, would you be interested in selling one? I'd be really interested in the project car, blah, blah, blah. Couldn't happen. But then for some reason I said, I'm going to message the guy that's selling it on eBay and say, I'm in Ireland, let me know what it goes for, or if it doesn't go, I'd be interested. And it went for £1,650. And I said, listen, if that happens, let me know. And the person who actually bought it was messing him around or something like that. And he says, I'll sell it to you for the price. So I jumped on the ferry from Holyhead. First time I was a foot passenger on the ferry. And in the meantime, I was working with a company called Air Trans here in Ireland to get it sorted it was in Norwich, and to get it shipped to Holyhead because the range isn't great. This video has been brought to you by Car Certical. So if you want to see if a car has been written off, has been crashed, if there's any finance due on it, make sure you put in the code DEREKPUG to get 20% off. I wish they were sponsoring this video. Unfortunately not. Let's get back to it. And so got over to Holyhead, met it on Holyhead, and then on the back of a flatbed, and then drove it back to Ireland. And now we are in the process of getting it VRT'd, getting it first serviced. It's got its MOT till the end of June, so I've got about 6 weeks left with that, maybe 7 weeks. But you probably wonder, what is it? Here is my little, affectionately called in our household the ladybug, because it looks a bit like a ladybird. But this is my 2013 Peugeot Ion, also known in Citroën land as the C0, also known in Mitsubishi land as the iMiev, and it's originally an iMiev. Citroën and Peugeot borrowed got Mitsubishi to manufacture it for them as well. It has 99,000 miles on it, 160,000 euros. It needs a bit of TLC, as you can see. And I think could be the cheapest electric vehicle in the UK and Ireland, because even though it was 1,650 that I bought it for, when I arrived, there's a chip on the windscreen up here. And so I'm going to have to get that replaced. And it wasn't listed. Now, in fairness to the person who sold it, he did list some of the scratch and scrapes. Oh, that's a lovely one. But I said, there's also an engine fault light, electrical fault, system fault light coming up on it. I said, come on, this isn't what was listed. So we've agreed that he will send me €150 back. So it's actually just cost me €1,500 now. Not just cost me, it is also going to cost me the transport, import tax. So I'm going to do a total video on that, on how to import an electric vehicle from the United Kingdom. It's a bit of a sorry state of affair. You can see I've got a droopy wiper there. 15-inch wheels, actually staggered, 145 in the front and 175 in the rear. Central locking, which is 2013, 11 years ago. You've got your retractable wing mirrors. Only came with one trim that I can think of. I can't see it. I'll show you inside in the front. I don't know if it was ever for sale in Ireland, and the Peugeot guys, there's the old Peugeot badge. My first new car was a Peugeot, so it's nice that we're back to it. A single wiper blade on that massive windscreen. The spiders are taken over inside here. That's where the 12-volt battery is, some of your fluids. I'm looking forward to getting an understanding about it. I'm going to replace that 12 volt because the first thing, when it comes up with an electrical system fault, the first thing they say is rather than thinking the battery is scuppered, it could be a 12 volt fault. The Mitsubishi has the indicators up here separate on the bumper, whereas the Citroen and the Peugeot have them built in, integrated in the headlights. But it has fog lights, alloy wheels. It's definitely distinctive on the road, but it is a 4-seater. Around a bit of a light. There's a Lotus badge up there. Whoever had it. I'm the third owner. It's got the full electric. And on the back then it has electric car powered by Hawkins. And I didn't understand what that meant. Maybe I was like, Stephen Hawkins, what's going on here? But there is a group in the UK that has been a Peugeot seller, or still sells Peugeot, as you'd say over there, since 1933. The Hawkins Group, I did a bit of research on it last night. So they sold it to the first owner, and then I'm after buying it from owner number 2. Boot. Parcel shelf mainly. It did come with 2, that's my bag. It did come with 2 cables. So I got and it's type 1 CCS. And then your type 2, sorry, your AC type 1. Nothing in underneath. Oop. It needs a good valeting. It needs, I'm thinking about, this is slow charger, AC, on a little flip inside. And it's so weird. And then here's your type 1. Let me have a look in the back first. There's your 2 rear seats. Look at the incline on that. Not much support, but we're going to do a proper review once we get it up and running. I just wanted to show you today that I've gotten it. Rear window wiper, high level brake lamp. It's tall, which is great. I bought an OBD2 reader, so I can get a readout from the OBD2 port. There's a little glove box. He actually threw in a can of red spray paint. I think it needs more than a can. Cup holder. Some cars out there don't even have cup holders. 12 volt, there's your little selector. And on the Citroen and Peugeots, it has park, reverse, neutral, drive. But on the Mitsubishi, there's 2 other gears, and they're still in there. If I remove this, I'll be able to bring it into regen mode, and I'm not sure what the other mode does. You'll jump into the comments. Handbrake. I've got aircon, which absolutely kills it, I believe, to heat. I've got a little USB-A. I don't know what that's for. Airbag, SOS, all your dials, your HVAC. Got a stereo, Bluetooth. Oh, up here. Yeah. Show you the dash. It's a bit tinny, but yeah, it's mine. Little ladybug. We're deciding whether we keep it the same colour or do we want to wrap it or spray it a different colour. Lots to happen on the channel. Inside, you've got your electronically adjusted side mirrors, heated rear demister, traction control, headlight level. You've got your wiper stuff on the right. Left is indicator and automatic headlights. There is your dash. Some people like to call it the Mickey Mouse. And bink, 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 bink. So park up here. Close the door because she doesn't like it. Just full over around 60 kilometers. That's what we're dealing with. Battery is at about 8.1 kilowatt hour. Yes, 8.1, where it should be 16. So you've got your here. the linkage needs to be lubricated in underneath, and I'll show you that in the video. So park, over, down to reverse, then into neutral, and then back to drive. You can see that changing up there in the top left hand corner. Park. She definitely needs a bit of work. Kilometers per hour, you're ready, you're charging, you're going into eco, and then your range. But you can cycle through that by pressing this button here. So pressing the button, you can see there 99,439 miles. So even though I've changed it to kilometers in the speedo and on the range, it's still holding miles. Trip A, 6,800. Trip B, your brightness of your dash, when is your next service, and then the range. So you can cycle through them there. So fairly basic, but head height I was talking about, look at this, like massive. I'm 188 centimeters, 6'2". Much space behind me. I don't know. First time I've sat in the back of it, actually. Interesting. Head height, no problem. I need to put the up, and then legs are tight. But I get in, and loads of feet room in underneath the chair. That's the Peugeot Ion, the ladybug. Yeah, looking forward to getting into it. I'm going to do a service with Best Drive by Continental. They do an EV service. I've got a local one down the corner. I'm going to work with them on the tyres as well. Looking at getting this Raptors resprayed. Yeah, battery rebuild potentially. So if you're interested in this kind of stuff, stick to the channel. But delighted to have something. Delighted to have something that's a bit more original. You can't be a motoring journalist if you don't have quirky cars, I believe. And if you're interested in this type of thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, jump into the comments and let me know. And if I've been involved in some of the communities already, the forums, they've been really helpful. But if you're a C0, Mitsubishi i-MiEV or Peugeot Ion owner, let me know. I've been on to Cleveland EV in the UK. They've got an old battery pack with some cells. Probably shouldn't say that in the video because people will be on and then buy it before I can get it. Or I can get a whole new pack from China. Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks.